Chapter 4. Life at school that week was hell for Danielle. The rumors that she was actually seen with Camelin, were hard ones to miss. Every corner she turned, she heard her name followed by the Beast. Leanne didn't even look at her. But Danielle didn't care about Leanne, and she realized that she didn't care about anyone else either. She spent her week with Camelin. They sat together in lunch, avoided the gossip that was being rubbed all over. Camelin spoke up on Friday and said, "I'm so sorry, Danielle." "Don't be sorry. That's what they want you to feel. They want you to feel shame at their criticisms, their mockeries, and their invasion of privacy. I want you to know, Camelin, that you have something they don't have. You have a heart. They are the outcasts, not you. I just got thrown into the pot, but don't worry. Gossip dies. It's forgotten. And all that's left is the memories of what was, not what is." Camelin was overwhelmed. She actually thought him special, not weird. His bliss made him feel like flying, so he did the closest thing he could do. He swept Danielle off her feet and spun her with him in his arms. "Camelin, what are you doing?" Danielle asked, laughing, not really expecting an answer. "I'm falling in love with you, Danielle." Camelin put it so bluntly. He stopped whirling her around and put her down on the floor. Her cheeks were rosy from what she just heard. "You what?" She sounded speechless. He held her hands and whispered to her gently, "I'm falling in love with you." Danielle stood there, her eyes wide and her mouth slightly open. She couldn't believe what she just heard. Camelin stood there, a little frightened at her expression. "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Stop, Camelin." She put her fingers to his lips. "You seemed so feeble when I met you a few days ago. It was like you couldn't take the pain inside you. What makes me so special that you've brightened your whole outlook on life because of falling for me? I guess you can say you've given me life. I know it sounds cliché and stupid." Once again, Danielle hushed him. "Somehow I knew that I was helping the man I loved from the moment I laid eyes on him. I guess I'm saying, I love you too." "You have helped me," Camelin exclaimed. "I've never been so happy in my life." "Why, Camelin?" "Because. I'll show you on Saturday." Chapter 5. Danielle walked to Camelin's house on Saturday early in the morning. He told her she could sleep on the ride. What ride? She had asked. They were going to the city, places with skyscrapers and executives. He loaded a pickup truck and set off down the road, past the talkative little town, through the mountains into the city. Danielle didn't sleep once. Her mind was on the trip. They arrived at the city limits, and Camelin started talking in a very serious tone, one Danielle had not heard him use since the first day they had met. "Now, Danielle, this isn't some pleasurable outing. I do this every Saturday because it reminds me of what I used to have. I had a good life before I moved to Fathom. My family and I lived in the city. Then the next thing I know, it was all gone. My life went into this pit of despair. I don't know if I should have brought you." "It's all right, Camelin," she said. "I'll help you get out of the pit. First I have to see where you're taking me, and then the healing will begin." "Thanks," was all he could reply. He took her hand and kissed it, happy to have been blessed with an angel after so long. They arrived at a hospital in downtown. Danielle's heart began racing. They entered it, and Camelin showed the way. They passed some double doors labeled "Extended Stay Patients." Through them was a hall modeled like a hotel lobby. Nurses were behind the counter, and when they saw him, they immediately said, "Hi, Camelin. You're just in time for bingo. I'm sorry, who's this?" The nurse examined Danley with loving eyes. Well, a friend to visit Emily. Wow. You've never brought friends along, Camelin. I've never had any, he said. Anyway, can I go in with her? Oh, yes. Danley braced herself for what she was to see in that room. They entered the small bedroom, littered with flowers and books. There, on the bed, was a little girl, blonde in the hair and skinny as a toothpick. Fast asleep, it looked like. Emily, I brought someone to meet you. This is Danley. Danley, this is my sister, Emily. Danley moved closer to the bed. The child looked completely spent of life, although Danley could see that she was once very beautiful. Her skin looked extremely pale and paper-thin. Her eye sockets were sunk and shut, and her tiny body lay limply on the bed. Danley felt like crying, but held in her tears. She whispered to the child, barely audible, fighting back tears. Hello, Emily. So nice to meet you. Camelin came behind her and sat down in the chair, while Danley's eyes swelled up in tears. It's okay, Danley. It's okay, he said, trying to calm her. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Danley could barely make the words come out. She was overcome with sadness. I'm so sorry. What's wrong with her? She's in a coma. She's been this way for almost 5 years. Oh, God, cried Danley. I didn't know. I never asked about your family. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Where are your parents? They died, Camelin put flatly, as if he had recited the story in his head millions of times. There was a car crash. Both of them died instantly, but my little sister barely made it. She suffered serious brain injuries. They tried all they could, but she fell into this and... He stopped to hold back his tears. Now we're here. Oh, Camelin, I'm so sorry. But I thought you lived with your parents. Adoptive parents. They've never really cared for me or my situation. They just helped me keep her here in the hospital. Danley couldn't take the heartache. She held Camelin as tight as she could. It felt as though every pain Camelin had ever felt for his sister was sinking into her chest. She was absorbing his pain, his sadness, his sorrow. It took her almost an hour to calm down. She stroked Emily's hair when she got the courage to do so. Her delicate head felt so breakable. She laid her head against the edge of the bed, the weight of sadness too heavy for her to even lift her own head. Don't be afraid of this darkness, Emily, because soon you will be free and well again. Don't worry about your brother either, because he's doing just fine. I'll take care of him for you until you come back, and when I'm gone, you'll be there to take my place, and you can spend as much time with your brother as you want. Danley spoke with the child for a while before Camelin told her it was time to go. She took one last look at her and left. The ride back was very quiet. Camelin looked at this beautiful girl and begged her to cheer up. I am happy, Camelin. I'm happy I have you. They reached her house later that night. Well, said Camelin, can I see you tomorrow? Of course. I want to see you too. Can I ask you something, Danley? Camelin said. Anything. Do you really believe in her getting better? I do, Camelin. She'll be up and about soon. I can feel it. If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. My purpose is to save the man I love from despair. I will climb the highest mountain to see that happen, swim the deepest ocean. I'd die for you, Camelin. Love, pure love filled his heart. He pulled her forward and kissed her. They took each other's breath away. It took them a while to pull apart, the sweet scent still lingering. "I have to go, my love," whispered Danilee. "Until we meet again?" Caitlin asked. "Yes," she said. She left him standing on her porch, his eyes twinkling in the moonlight, his spirits lifted in the night, his fear finally released. He was free.